NOYS, the National Organizations for Youth Safety, is a powerful coalition of over 50 organizations representing youth member organizations, government agencies, and youth-serving organizations, associations, and agencies.
NOYS is focused on educating and empowering young people to build partnerships that save lives, prevent injuries, and promote safe and healthy lifestyles.
Speak Out and Make Noise is a national project helping youth change the world by making their voices heard in their own communities.
The way I feel, the way I feel. The way I feel, the way I feel.
Yeah, yeah, you're like a roller coaster, baby, you got the most.
Hey, welcome to the party. I'm Brighton, the founder of Rad Kids, and we're here celebrating the success of our Speak Out and Make Noise project. Hey, hey, how you guys doing? I was just about to tell everyone what the Speak Out and Make Noise project is all about. So why don't you guys give me a hand?
Sure, yeah. Well, the National Organization for Youth Safety, NOYS, developed the Speak Out and Make Noise program to help young people bring attention to health and safety issues.
Exactly, and the NOYS Youth Leadership Team went a step forward and put together a kit that anyone could use to put together their own projects in their own communities.
Yeah, I love the kit. You know, doing a Speak Out and Make Noise really made me realize that my voice counts and really can make a difference, you know?
You know, our Red Group isn't the only one that's had success in Speak Out and Make Noise projects. Other NOYS members have had great projects all over the country, and I just happen to have a video of their success that I'd like to show you.
You changing the world, one voice at a time. Speak out and make noise.
Some of the many projects that our NOYS team planned included substance-free activities like pool parties, dances, and even New Year's Eve celebrations.
Some NOYS youth members have made presentations at national meetings. Many hosted informational booths at health fairs and presented programs at their organization's national conventions.
Other Speak Out activities were conducted at their local schools, including bike safety training at a middle school, mock car crash events, and safety belt checks for high school classmates.
The key is that in every case, young people decided what was needed in their communities and then developed a project to make their voices heard.
Some of our NOYS youth members have been recognized for their outstanding projects. They received civic awards, national certificates of merit, and have even been highlighted on local news broadcasts.
Good news takes us to Albany, Maryland, where some young adults were on a crusade to find a safe place for their peers.
Here are some of their success stories.
We live in a small suburban town where there is absolutely nothing to do once we get home from school or late at night. A group of my friends and I decided to change that.
We formed an organization called Project Change. A group of us, along with adult sponsors, worked together in hopes of forming a drug and alcohol-free place to hang out.
Working with organizations such as our school newspaper, SAD, and the National Organizations for Youth Safety, Project Change has been able to successfully organize community events, pool parties, and buckle-up surveys.
I never thought I could make a difference, but then I saw what Project Change did for my community, and I had to be a part of it.
Asian American Recovery Services is committed to decreasing the incidence of alcohol and drug abuse among Asian Pacific Islander communities by offering prevention, intervention, and treatment services.
Bacchus and Gamma students on college campuses worldwide organize community action forums to discuss the effects of alcohol on college campuses and their surrounding community. Under the banner of Not Here, students challenge their peers in their community to take action on these issues.
Atlantic High's Future Educators of America Club, in conjunction with the National Association of School Resource Officers, developed a program called Decisions 101. Decisions 101 is a program where high school students train to help middle school students make good decisions when dealing with traffic safety, drugs, and alcohol. Through 8 visits to our local middle school, we were able to speak out and make noise.
Every year, over 2,000 teens are killed in alcohol-related car crashes. In 1997, we in SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions, made it our goal to reduce that number to 2,000 by the year 2000, and every year since, we have seen reductions in those fatalities.
Unity is a national organization promoting personal development, citizenship, and leadership. It consists of over 213 youth councils, which serve over 35,000 Native American youth. It has been in existence for over 25 years and is still going strong today.
Through Street Law, we educated our community about a program dealing with the #1 teen killer, driving. The program has passed through the Washington State Legislature and is currently awaiting the governor's signature.
The Safety Squad Club at Kelso High School in Washington State just had a bike rodeo.
And the kids had a lot of fun learning about bike and helmet safety.
We got the word out and so can you.
At the 1999 National Youth Safety Congress in New Orleans, Louisiana,
a team of 13 youth presented a Speak Out and Make Noise training session.
A total of 250 youth participated in this session.
Now it's your turn.
I am from MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving's Youth in Action. Youth in Action is a community-based program whose main focus is to stop underage drinking.
The Hawaii Teens for Safer Communities Coalition conducted a responsible merchants campaign called Hands Off Halloween. The campaign's mission was to eliminate the association of beer products with children's Halloween characters. So hundreds of stores statewide helped us and supported us to take back Halloween for the kids.
Hi, my name is Clayton Henry, and I'm involved with Florida NOYS, which is a statewide youth initiative aimed at making students aware of safety issues affecting them. Recently, we undertook a project featuring Roy Jones Jr., a world-renowned boxer, on recording a public service announcement dealing with safety belts. And with his celebrity status, we were able to drive the message home effectively.
The National Association of Teen Institutes is an association of state programs that promote youth empowerment and leadership. In Wisconsin, we developed an action plan that went into elementary school classrooms and promoted diversity and tolerance.
FCCLA helps promote NOYS initiatives through its FACTS program. Over 220,000 members in 8,000 chapters have the opportunity to work with issues such as seatbelt safety and addressing impaired driving.
Hey, I'm Brighton, and I'm the founder of Rad Kids, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. And our goal is to get other celebrity kids to go out and teach safety messages to children all across the country.
Students involved with North Dakota SAD are speaking out and making noise with a project called Get Real. We encourage teens to take a stand and be yourself. Too much negative attention is focused on the teens that are making the poor choices. We want to avert that attention back to the teens that are making the good choices. There's nothing glamorous about pretending to be something you're not, so we encourage students to get real and be yourself.
So why are you involved with the Speak Out and Make Noise project?
If you touch one person's life, then you're doing something good, and everyone has their own experience, strength, and hope to share with someone else.
Because I know on the inside I have something that I can give this world, and I know that through this project I can actually do that.
Being from Hawaii, it's great it's a great experience to interact with people from the mainland. So I get to learn new things about them.
I wanted to make a difference in my community, and I wanted to show adults that there are more to teens than just negative behaviors.
That one person that you might touch might make a difference in their lives, and you just get that great feeling when you touch somebody else.
If we can all just save one life, it makes a huge difference. And I think if everyone did this, it would really just be a ripple effect.
We're all here trying to make a difference, and we're all trying to make people's lives better. And when we're making people's lives better, that's what makes me so proud to be part of such a great organization.
What advice do you have for other youth who might be interested in running a project?
Believe in your project and in understanding it's a change made locally that makes a world of difference.
You know, you guys are the only one that can make the difference in the future. So the future depends on you.
Take risks. You never know what you can accomplish if you try something new.
Just be true to yourself and you don't need to follow in footsteps. Make a stand for yourself and believe in it, and people will follow you.
Just stay strong and be yourself, and be positive and be confident, not conceited but confidence, because confidence will allow you to push away all that peer pressure because you're secure with yourself.
Go for it. It's the world. You never know what you can accomplish or what you can do until you go out and try something new. The people that you meet and the places you go are just extraordinary. It's a chance of a lifetime.
Not only did they make a difference in their communities, but they had a lot of fun doing it. part of the thousands of
You Changing the World!
Now it's your turn.
Join us and make a difference.
All it takes is one.
One.
One voice at a time!
All right, guys, we gotta get positive. Let's go.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? Now, never underestimate the power of youth. Now, the NOYS members we just seen spent 18 months putting together the most complete project planning kit you've ever seen. We designed it, tested it, and now it's all ready to go. So, here's what's in your kit. First, this video. You can use this to get people excited about NOYS, and then to train your team using the skills outlined in the project manual. Now, the project manual is your reference guide. It has tips for everything from writing your project goals to working with the media. Your organizer will help you keep your project on schedule, and you'll also find posters to help promote your event. Today, 3 members of the NOYS leadership team are joining me from their hometowns across the country to help show you what it takes to do your own Speak Out and Make NOYS project. So let's meet Nisha, Barry, and Kira.
Hi, I'm Nisha Tamaskar from Olney, Maryland.
I'm Barry Williams from Yazoo City, Mississippi.
I'm Kira White from Tucson, Arizona.
So let's get started. All good projects start out with a clearly stated goal, and sometimes that's easier said than done.
You know, Brighton's right. The hardest part about getting started is figuring out what project makes sense for you and your community. You can start by just looking around. What is going to be an issue that people are most passionate about? Now that you've got an idea of what your project's going to be, you'll need to establish some goals. Everybody needs goals. Whether you're a student, an athlete, or a project planner, goals give you a target and keep you focused. But writing goals is definitely easier than you think. I'll show you what I mean. Your project manual has a great worksheet for helping you write your project goals. Goals are simply broad statements that state exactly what you want to accomplish. Here's an example. To increase safety belt usage among students at North High School. For every goal statement, you need to have objectives. Objectives break down your goals into measurable pieces. Finally, you're going to need an action plan. Action plans break down your objectives into little steps and include a due date and the person responsible for completing that task. So there you have it. A successful project begins right here on these pages. With goals in place and some objectives identified, you're now ready to recruit a team that will assist you in your project.
Recruiting? That's where I come in. Hi guys. So far you've identified your goals, listed some objectives, and now it's time to recruit a team of people to make it happen. You'll want to bring together a mixture of people, each bringing something special that will benefit the project. When recruiting other teams, it's important to look for youth who are interested in your project. There may be organizations at your school like SAD or FCCLA that have youth members that will be interested in working with you on safety projects. When I recruit, I look for these 4 characteristics. Are they trustworthy? Are they dependable? Are they interested in the project? And most importantly, are they hardworking? You may also want to recruit adult community leaders for your project. When recruiting adults, look for people who are willing to commit the time to your project, are willing to work with you side by side, and have access to community resources that help you reach your project goals. Here are some more specific tips when recruiting adults. Always call first to make an appointment.
Hello, may I please speak with Mr. John Smith, Director of Youth Activities?
You really want to make a positive impression, so before you make that call, write out a script that briefly describes your project and tells them why you're calling. Make sure you smile. It helps you relax and sound more natural. Remember, your goal is to make an appointment to see them in person to present your project. Use your organizer to schedule the appointment and record any important notes you discuss during the conversation. Before you end the call, make sure to thank them for their time. Thanks, Mr. McBride. Glad you're on our team. I'll see you at next week's meeting. Bye. Once you have some adults on board, you'll need to make some working agreements. It can be a bit tricky working with adults who are used to taking charge. So remember, this is your project. You'll need to take the leadership role. It is also very important to meet with each adult and clearly define the role that they will have on your team. Chapter 2 in your project manual has even more tips that you can use for working with adults. Now that you have your team together, you're ready for the project planning phase. Back to you, Brighton.
Thanks, Barry. You know, recruiting the right people will make all the difference in how successful your project will be. When you have a great team, you can accomplish anything. Now, before we go to project planning, there's one more area I'd like to cover: how to run effective meetings. Now, sometimes the first few meetings can be total free-for-alls. So here's Kara with some basic guidelines.
Hey, you caught me just in time. My meeting's about ready to start, but I wanted to give you a couple of pointers. First, the secret to running a great meeting is great planning. Now, I'm sure we've all been to a couple of meetings that were poorly planned. They're disastrous. Let me tell you about one that I attended. I walked into the room, and conversations were going around a mile a minute. The room was disorganized, and I couldn't even tell who was in charge. You know what? Let me show you what I mean.
How you doing? Sorry I'm late.
When you don't take time to plan your meeting, bad things are bound to happen.
No. I thought you had the key.
I thought you had the key.
No.
You want me to call somebody and see who has the key?
Where are you going?
To find the key.
Well, hurry up.
If you're not prepared, you'll be scrambling around at the last minute.
Oh, I got the keys.
What a mess.
I need your guys' help. Come on, get everybody else in here. We need to clean this up.
You'll lose valuable meeting time. You'll begin late, and your meeting will get off on the wrong foot.
How long is this gonna take? Just let me get my agenda. Give me a minute. Hello?
Your team could become bored and distracted.
On our agenda today, we will be talking about Rex and Sandy.
If you don't have a prepared agenda, anything can happen.
That's what we talked about last week.
And before you know it, you've lost control of your meeting. Boy, Kelly sure could have used some help planning her meeting. You know, I remember my first meeting as president of my SAD chapter. I thought I had the agenda all in my head. Boy, was that a disaster. Then I decided that I would jot it down really quick on some scrap piece of paper that I found 2 minutes before the meeting started. That wasn't much better. That's why we decided to help you out with this project organizer. Inside, we make things really simple. There's actually a worksheet that outlines everything you'll need for the meeting. Earlier, I filled out this worksheet for my meeting, and I have a couple of tips that just might help you out. First, decide the purpose of the meeting. Think about who you want to attend. Decide where your meeting will be held, what time it'll start, and how long it'll run. When preparing an agenda, think about all the items that need to be covered during your meeting. Then, make a list of what you will need to do to make sure the meeting runs smoothly. During the meeting, keeping records is very important. They help you keep track of who is doing what and when things will be happening. Be sure to record attendance. Write down any important notes, news, or announcements. Make sure you write down action items your team has agreed upon. Not only is planning the meeting important, but you have to be ready to run it. All the planning in the world won't make a difference unless you take charge and motivate your team members to work through the agenda. Now, using these tips, let's see how Kelly's meeting turns out this time.
Great, the room looks perfect. Come on in, guys.
Make sure the room is set up ahead of time with everything you need.
Hey, Barry. Thanks for coming. What's up, Rex? Hey, Justin.
At the beginning of the meeting, make sure everyone feels welcome.
First of all, before we get started, I wanted to thank Jen.
Always begin on a positive note.
Give them a round of applause for being that. Great. Well, first of all, everybody have their planner with them?
Remember to stick to your agenda as closely as possible.
The mayor has changed his number in case we want to get in touch with him. He gave us a number so you can turn to that section in your planner.
Make sure that during the meeting, everyone keeps records of important information.
On the 21st, I am going to need help unloading the delivery.
Use the calendar in your project organizer to record due dates and special events.
I wanted to discuss the panel with you. We need about 10 people to speak at this meeting, and so far we have 3. So I was wondering what your ideas were on who.
Try to get everyone involved.
Who's going to be in charge of contacting these people?
Do you want to do that? You and Mary want to work together?
Sure, that's
okay. Great.
Ask for volunteers before giving assignments.
Well, we do have another meeting coming up, so let's say you get those suggestions into me by the 7th. Okay, you guys tell me that, and then by the next meeting, I can compile them and give them all.
Enter specific dates for each action item.
The next meeting will be on Tuesday, the 15th at 3:30.
Make sure everyone knows the date and the time of your next meeting.
Great, well thank you very,
And
very
last
much,
but
guys.
not least, keep it fun. Wow, you can see how just a couple of changes really helped Kelly's meeting. Never underestimate the power of a well-run meeting. It can make a real difference in the success of your project.
Thanks, Kira. All right, now you guys are ready to plan your project. Let's check in with Nisha, our project planning expert.
Hey Jen, you coming to the Speak Out and Make Noise meeting?
Yeah, what time is it?
It's right now, we gotta go. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. You're so
Hi, I'm Nisha Tamaskar, and I've been invited here to talk to you about project planning. I see you guys have already come up with a goal, traffic safety. Okay, well by the end of this meeting, we're going to have addressed the questions who, what, when, where, and how. Project planning is all about moving from an idea to an action plan. The system the NOYS leadership team developed for answering these questions includes brainstorming, mind mapping, and creating action plans. Let's start with brainstorming. Brainstorming is an activity you can use to get a group of people to think creatively about your project. I'm sure you've been part of a brainstorming session. The trick is to keep your session positive and productive.
Sometimes brainstorming's no fun. People shoot down your ideas.
Well then, what makes a good brainstorming session? Here are some great rules for your brainstorming activity. Have one of your team members write down all of your ideas. Think big. The bigger the idea, the better. Be creative. Try to think of something different. Keep things moving. The faster, the better. Remember, the goal is to come up with a large quantity of ideas.
Hey guys, let's do a safety belt check.
How about a mock car crash?
Ooh, how about a traffic safety fair?
Once you have your ideas, it's time to evaluate them.
Wait, but what does that have to do with traffic safety?
Do they match your goals?
Yeah, right. There's no way we can get that done by Friday.
Is there enough time to get it done?
That's homecoming week. We can't get the gym then.
Yeah, you're right.
Will you be able to get the resources you need? Now we have to organize our ideas. This process is called mind mapping. Okay, open up your project planners to page 12. You start with your main idea, fair, which goes in the center. The ideas radiate from the sides. These should be large categories like media, special activities, and food. List all the subtopics under each main topic. Under special events, you might list seatbelt checks, a mock car crash, fatal vision glasses, EMS visits, and safety surveys. Now we move all of these items to your action plan list. These pages will help you assign who is responsible for each task and give you a place to record the date actions are due.
I'll bring the soda.
There are plenty of action pages in your organizer, so use one page for each separate activity.
How about a bunch of flyers?
Could do radio advertisements.
How about brownies?
Thanks, Nisha. Now, she definitely covered a lot of material, so remember that everything she discussed can be found in Chapter 3 of your project manual. Now, at one point, your project will require you to do a presentation. Now, whether it's in front of an adult, a group of peers, or in front of an auditorium full of people, in any case, you're going to have to be prepared. So let's go to Kira for some tips on presenting like a pro.
Hey guys! I've got just a few minutes before my project presentation begins, so let's go over some tips that will help you present like a pro. Whether you're talking with your peers or a room full of adults, it's really important to make a good impression. How you dress and whether or not you're prepared can determine the success of your meeting. Let's look at an example of what can happen when you're not prepared.
Hi, come on in.
What's up?
So how can I help you today?
Well, we're doing this project. We thought maybe you could help.
Yeah, my mom says you know, like, everyone in town, and I don't know, maybe you could give us some money or something.
Exactly what kind of project is it?
Well, there's really not much to do in this stupid town, so, you know, we thought it'd be cool if we could have, like, some kind of place to party, you know?
Yeah, we asked a lot of kids at school, and we did like a survey, and they thought it would be cool if we could have a place where there wasn't any drugs or alcohol or stuff to hang out.
So we kind of want to have like a town hall meeting, you know, get everyone from the town there, and we can talk and kind of decide what to do.
And exactly what do you want from me?
Well, we're just looking for some help, and we think you can help us.
Why don't you donate some cash?
So what do you think? Are they likely to get help from her or anyone else on their project? Probably not. What could they have done differently to improve their presentation? Well, in your project organizer, there's a worksheet that covers all the steps that you need to prepare for a successful presentation. Start by recording important facts, like who you will be speaking to, as well as the date, time, and location. Decide what you want to accomplish during your presentation. Make sure your presentation answers the question, what's in it for them? People want to know how helping you will benefit them or their business. Finally, plan how you will contact them and what, if any, visual aids or handouts you will need in your presentation. Let's see what a difference using these tips can make.
Hi, come on in.
Hi, thank you.
Strive to make a good first impression.
Brandon Brent, nice to meet
Use
you.
a firm handshake. Remember to smile. Introduce yourself and your organization.
So how can I help you today?
We've come to ask your help.
Describe the problem your project will address.
The fact is that there's not much for teenagers to do. There's no drug-free safe haven for teenagers to utilize.
Our goal is to improve the community by providing positive...
State your project goal.
The format, as you can see on the agenda I've typed up.
Be prepared with visual aids.
I have to tell you, I'm so impressed with this. You know, it sounds exciting. Now tell me exactly, what can I do to help you?
Well, we need help in recruiting the right community members, both for the planning
Make a
committee
clear
and for the
request for help.
in our meeting.
This is a project that I would love to help with.
Thanks for your commitment to help us. Do you think you'd be able to make it to the next committee meeting Wednesday at 3 o'clock?
Absolutely, I will be there.
Great.
Get their commitment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you need to reach us, here's our card.
Great. Thank you very much for coming
Thanks
by.
again.
Have a great day.
You too.
Presenting in front of one person or 100 requires the same preparation. Here's an example of what not to do when presenting to a large group.
Next on the agenda is a presentation from the Speak Out and Make Noise representatives. Let's give them a warm welcome.
Is this thing on? Hello? Good morning. For all of you out there who ever needed outside resources to carry out your projects, we have an untapped resource. The National Organization for Youth Safety, also known as NOYS, is a coalition of almost 50 nationwide nonprofit organizations.
Our organizations cover the full safety spectrum, from bicycle helmet safety from Think First to traffic and highway safety with the Department of Transportation to positive decision-making skills with SAD. What distinguishes NOYS